What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36, and this is Big Games BS, brought to you by Den Media Group, presented by Alpha Male Jacks. Alpha Male Jacks is the go-to male complete hormone transformation clinic. I almost dropped my notes. One of these days, I think I'm gonna get a different set. Nah, I don't. The teleprompter thing doesn't work well. I couldn't get them until I got glasses. And I would have to get glasses, or the teleprompter would have to be super like big. But I'm probably just gonna I'm gonna break down and get a laptop because apparently that's what I should like. I'm looking at all the computer setups, all the different pods. They have all of their stuff, so like I can have my stuff. At least if I have my notes, like I have on my phone, I could just click it. I could still use the notes, but I could just click it and it'll be right in front of me. But then I could go to Alpha Male Jacks and tell you exactly what I need as opposed to almost dropping my cell phone. Plus, people are still trapped in this old school mentality that like if you're holding your phone, you're not paying attention. And I'm like, I'm really probably reading something. Sometimes I take notes on my phone. A lot of people don't know is when I was writing heavily, I wrote entire fucking articles on my phone, on my notes app. I'm like, if I can't do it from my thumbs, I'm probably not going to do it. But anyways, alphamelejacks.com, go there. This is basic the spiel. Get blood panels done. That means you're going to get all your hormone levels checked. I'm on social media. I'm on these different things. A lot of you men are bitching about entirely too much stuff. And I really believe it's a sign of low T or high estrogen levels in you. Either way, you got to get that bitch about you and get that man back. So, like, let's get these things checked. They do other stuff like your cholesterol, blood sugar. We even found a spike in a specific hormone that is known to lead to strokes. So you want to make sure you get these things checked out, looked over, and go for those things. But go to alphamelejacks.com. If you're in Jacksonville, if you come in, they will give you your blood work. I think you get your initial consultation will be for free. Just tell them Big Game sent you all of those different things. Is that my guy Blake? Say was my racist friend. All right, sweet. All right, I'll see you when you get here. Listen, man, you can be as racist as you want if you come in with a check. Like jokes, Blake's not racist. Yeah. Blake is really, 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 really a good guy. If he is a racist, he's a really, really bad racist. Like he's a good one. I just want to make sure people don't take that literally, but should be a better show than it was Monday. I feel a lot better than I did then, but I don't know what all stuff we got. Same talking points we'll have. I think this is the last week. I'll probably be making more announcements toward it, but right now the biggest thing that you guys can go do, book bag drive, 4th annual one, JamesColemanGivesBack.com. Go to that website. JamesColemanGivesBack.com. Go to that website. There, you'll be able to let's go to that website, Miles. It's probably the best thing to do right now. Here's the reason why. Registrations are up, meaning that you can go with the registration now, you can go register to volunteer. Don't say, James, I'm coming. Go to JamesColemanGivesBack.com. If you scroll down a little bit, Miles, so I think it's like right on the first page, it should be there. So boom, right here. First one's coming up, Orlando, Florida. If you look to your right, it says backpack giveaway, volunteer for the backpack giveaway. Scroll down a little bit more. It'll have my Tallahassee, Florida flyer. Now there's 4 because there's a football camp. And hopefully the announcement for the football camp will be big. So you're going to want to make sure you come to the football camp and get your kids to come to the football camp so they're going to be able to encounter and get some instructions by the next generation of stars. But you can sign up for the camp. You can sign up for the book bag drive and food distribution. You can sign up to volunteer. You boom there. And then if you scroll down, we got the Jacksonville one. So that's where you go to for all of the information on how to, get your stuff, how to be able to, do it. Please push that out. I've gone viral. We've gone viral for a lot of silly shit. It would be so dope to go viral for something like this. I know it's not going to happen. I'm not going to hold my breath, but it would be great to go viral for this and have people in my comments not calling me a coon because they misunderstood my Travis Rudolph take, or Florida fans mad because I said that their little midget, chunky midget Jonah Hill looking fucking defensive coordinator is an idiot, or whatever else people are mad at me about right now. Um, Before I get to what I need you to do, I do need you to also, follow. We're trying to get to 3,000 followers. We're at 2204. Which is, oh my bad. Post this right here. But this is what you're gonna get to at the camp. I'm pretty sure we're gonna have t-shirts, but I'm not that I like my white people that vouch for me. We're gonna get that. But my white kid in the
Preach your word, my man.
Yeah,
Preach.
yeah.
Preach.
Life changing, bro. Life changing.
you know what? You know what? I think that
I never been to a black cookout, but
the
this shit is
barbecue
like
sauce
life
was
changing, bro. I'm telling you.
he does look like a little baby. Is that people seeing that right now?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so cool. Anyways, buy tickets for the tailgate, so we'll go to that. We had like a massive influx of people buying tickets, so but we're still not to the thousand tickets sold. If you bought a tailgate ticket, you're eligible for parking. So I want to make sure you go and you get that, check your email. There was something there for you to be able to go get it. If you don't have it, DM me, hit me up. Just make sure you have proof that you bought your tailgate ticket. I will show you how to get it. Or if you're a member and not a subscriber, if you're a member and you need a parking pass, hit me up. In particular, if you are an active all-in member, I got you. So just hit me up. Actually, just hit me up. I'll make sure you get that. So yes, we just got a new all-in member, Tanisha.
Hey.
Tanisha. And now listen, don't put yourself on a vibe you can't maintain. So you gotta be active. Don't flame out before the game starts. But you have a tailgate ticket as well as a parking pass. So we got that. But we're trying to get to 3,000 subs. We're at 2204. We want to be 5,000 subs by the end of the year, 100 members. It doesn't have to be all in. It could be the $3.99 membership. We're just trying to get that thing built up. Once we get to 3,000 members, we would do our $300 giveaway. We will also be giving away 2 tickets to. I actually know exactly where my tickets are at too. Now I forgot to tell y'all that, so I can you can look it up. Let's see where my girl Danielle. She got a different name now. Oh man, she got married on us. LSU. We're giving away 2 tickets to the FSU. All right, here we go. Yep. It's there'll be a P, you can look it up, see what the value is. Section P46, row Q. I'll probably give away seats 23 and 24. That's what we're giving away. We'll be doing a FSU LSU breakdown in August, and we'll be giving away the 2 tickets then. So you can win your $300, and then you can go win some tickets. I wouldn't bet against Raymond right now, or Ramon, because he keeps winning. He wins something to everything all the time. We're not trying to do that. I can promise you that. We get to 5,000 subs by then, we will give away 2 sets of tickets. So that's basically those announcements. We got a couple. Hopefully, we got to pray for me. By the start of August, we will have 2 new sponsors. One's a fintech company, which helps protect your basically we do a lot of credit card transactions. If you do marketing as a business, they definitely want your business. But you can get, basically it's a souped up cashback program that you can get if you're a high volume credit card user, and it gives you a little bit more protection. But this next one though is something that, even though I'm not rocking anything right now today, because I'm on the Crocs train. Like I just finally got my Father's Day Crocs. They are fucking comfortable, and they just slide on. I keep them in sport mode, because you never know what's gonna go down. But there's a place called Hype Section here in Jacksonville. They're expanding. Very good online. I'm a sneakerhead. If you are a sneakerhead and you want to be able to get this stuff before everything starts, this is who we're going to be dealing with. Hype Section will get it to you. Cool people. They're actually having a meet and greet with Jacksonville Jaguar running back Travis Etienne this Sunday from 2 to 4. So make sure you go and you check it out. You can get an autograph from there, see what they're about. Also, I'm excited about some of the content that we're going to be able to produce out of this location. That bag, just imagine Miles is doing like a show there. Like that backdrop is kind of cool as shit. But not just that, but I'm getting into part, and it's cool because I may even bring Trey in on this. My son likes Pokemon cards, and he likes, I think, other cards too, but Pokemon's the big thing. Everybody talks about, nerd shit and all that other different things, but there's a ton of different cards. And they do this whole TikToks, Miles, where people are like paying for they call it card breaking. So you get a pack of cards and you open it, and then you pay for one, let's say it's 10 cards in the slot. There's no sound? Oh, 10 cards in the slot. I mean, 10 cards in the pack. You pay $39 a slot. So they're making $400 off the pack of cards. You don't know what's in it. Could be worth nothing. Could be worth $5,000. Could be worth. There's some of them. Somebody got a Patrick Mahomes that was like worth $450,000. The card. It was signed. So you see them open these cards, and people are making these bets. But this is apparently a really, really big deal. And so trading cards are big. They got this. They do those different things. But I'm probably gonna grab the I don't know how I'm gonna do it, because Sunday we have our Black Alumni Brunch here from 12 to 3 here at Goodfellas. But I'm probably gonna grab the franchise. Actually, I'll probably just do this, scoop him, and then we're gonna go. I want him to go meet Travis Etienne so he can still think his dad has a cool job and all that other shit that he gets to do. Right now, I'm super proud of him. He's doing lacrosse camp. Like, he's getting after it. His stick skills suck, but he's a really good he's a much better athlete than the other kids. So he's over there, he's getting big, he's getting physical, but you can see the promise. You can definitely see the promise in everything that he's doing. But he is, and yes, no, actually, it's more than one black. Actually, I thought he was the only black kid, but it's like 4 or 5 black kids that are there at the camp. And my guy Tom West does it and he's at bowls. But it kind of brings me into this thing that real quick, Miles, if you can show this picture real quick. This picture kind of makes light of a serious situation. Nobody's more angry. Like, if you want to know, okay, let me ask you, it's multiple Americas. There's America that's always been kind of a good but shitty place to people. And that's my America. I love America. It's dope. I've been to other countries. I don't see myself leaving anytime soon. But I reserve the right to complain. But I'm only complaining because I want America to be everything that she's promised to be. And that's what you do for people that you love. But I don't think America's as bad as everybody says. Only people who think America is bad as it really says is my conservative white male friends. Every time, the currency's going down. But then when you look at currency, you realize ain't shit really changing anytime soon. They talk about all these different things, and you're like, dog, this won't even affect you. But what I bring this up to say is affirmative action was a big talking point. And I think if people really studied history, you would not look at people who are super pro-affirmative action would probably not be as pro-affirmative action as a totality thing as you currently are. And those who are opposed to it probably would not be as opposed to it as they currently are. You're really just mad because somebody told you to be mad.
Yeah.
But here's a perfect example of how affirmative action works. Who is this pilgrim? I don't know. But what I can tell you is he's the first baseball player drafted out of an HBCU since since before COVID. I want you to take my bad, for people who are listening to this. He's white. A white person was the first player drafted from an HBCU since before 2020. It's cool. I don't think black people have marched. They have not said, "Oh my God, I can't believe that this white guy is representing HBCUs." Nobody is mad. This guy, you know what nobody said, what I haven't heard anybody say yet, is this is what they said. This is the whole Harvard crux, the argument that somebody made. 8% of the school, right? I wonder if a qualified white person was left out of that position, out of that school, to put in an unqualified black. Nobody ever looks at anybody else. They only look at black people when it comes to affirmative action and stuff. But you know what they never do? They never come to this situation and be like, I wonder if a qualified African American was left out of a baseball scholarship to give this pilgrim a baseball scholarship. No. You know what they did? They said, no, this honky can ball, and we want him to come over here. He wants to come here. He wants to come to Daytona because he's at Bethune-Cookman, and he wants to play some goddamn baseball. We're going to let him play some goddamn baseball. Now, black people might talk their shit, and to a lot of us. But nobody's more welcoming of other cultures than black people. And I want people to realize that. Did I freeze? Oh, there we go. Okay. But yeah, so I was just looking at this situation. I saw it. I thought it was hilarious because there's a guy on Facebook, because that's where the last bastion of well, Twitter's starting to change. Actually, have you heard of the new Twitters?
The one with the spill.
Yeah. Black Twitter. Like, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a spill.
All right.
I don't go on it very often. I like Threads. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's the big billionaire measuring contest right now. Can't nobody steal like Mark Zuckerberg. That's the best thief out there, bro. Man stole Facebook, bought IG. TikTok was making too much money, so he basically bootlegged TikTok onto IG. Just my bad. Snapchat was taking his money, so he bootlegged Snapchat. Then he made Reels, and then he's done all this other stuff. It's just like, but Mark is basically stealing, like what's whole essence. But Threads I'm over there. Threads plus I didn't really have to do anything extra for Threads. It's like all the people you follow on IG automatically follow you on Threads.
I think that's the key.
It's like I don't know anybody on Spill, and like nobody's really engaging with me. Like I will say, it's hard to be popular black. Like because I feel like it's already cliquish over there in Spills. Yeah, they're the content creators, but that's my affirmative action take. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I've never once in my life said, "Man, that Mexican took my job."
Exactly.
That white person took my job. I really I really feel bad for some of y'all. And this is what I mean. I feel sorry because you'll go around and you'll say people stop making excuses, but then you make a bunch of other excuses for your inadequacies. When I'm grateful, and then I love the memes that everybody posts. I come from a generation where they tell you to suck it up. But then you go and you cry about a person of color possibly taking your job and getting overlooked. I implore you, get better. Suck it up, Buttercup. In the reverse discrimination part, I told one lady, I was like, it's clear you don't have a great command of the English language, because reverse discrimination, basically you already admitted that discrimination has already happened. So you know why, why this is happening. But like in my defense, my grandmother told me, who cares? Like, it's just like you can cry about it, but is it really changing anything in your outcome? I don't know. But on that note, going into the next stuff. Where we at? Oh, Trash album. Have you heard about well, he's not a good rapper. I remember me and Denny playing it on our show some years ago. Le'Veon Bell. Have you heard about what he's mad about? He paid Moneybag Yo and somebody named Stunner for Vegas. Le'Veon Bell said, I paid both of these guys, decided to not drop these tracks with these guys because honestly, I didn't like their verses. I feel like they just went in the booth and recorded something as fast as they could to get a couple quick bands. Kudos, y'all got it. I don't know if that's going to make him any friends in the industry, and I don't really know if he realizes that he's not that great of a rapper to be making critiques like this, but hey, it is what it is.
With a couple bands.
Yeah, I think gone are the days. Gone are the days where people are coming in and saying, "I'm about to try to drop a classic verse." Like it's about getting money. Like think about it, Miles. We were just talking about they got the gay version or the lesbian version, not lesbian, no, the dyke version. We want to make sure we give people the proper descriptions. So I don't want you. This is a visual show, a visual word show. I want you, the people listening to know exactly the demographic we're talking about. Because if I said gay and said there's a gay version of Pound Town, it's going to take you to a different place. But if you see, yeah, I don't think anybody's ready for that. But if I said lesbian version of Pound Town, you're gonna be like, well, how do lesbians go to Pound Town? But if I say dyke, you know it's Strap Town. But I just want people to realize the lyrical content of Sexy Red. Her pussy pink, her booty hole brown. She ate him out. Like that's not a very lyrical content. I'm sorry, if you pay her a couple $1,000s, don't expect to get a hip hop quotable.
What? Trying to be Juicy Pink, but it's not.
Yeah, but Juicy J is actually good.
Yeah.
Shout out to the women empowerment. She sold 8,000 units in the first week. Do you know how bad your album is to sell 8,000 units? Like that's tough, man. She should pick up a trade. I mean, you think she's too skinny to go into porn, but everybody likes anything. But whatever. Speaking of Pound Town, Northwestern. Give me a second. For those who don't know what happened at Northwestern, it all comes. It'll all come to you real quick. Northwestern University fired their head football coach Pat Fitzgerald due to allegations of hazing, and not in your hazing where people getting beat up. You have to recite different words, like you have to different phrases and things like that. It should be locker room, go up in front of that. It is apparently they called it oh man, I forgot the name of it because it was so disturbing. But apparently when you messed up, freshmen had to strip naked in front of a bunch of soapy upperclassmen, where they had to they could be dry humped naked. They would have to do naked bear crawls. Something called a naked slingshot that I have no idea what a naked slingshot is, and I don't want to know. A lot of nakedness going on in that locker room. And Pat Fitzgerald was fired, and a lot of people are having cap about or protecting what's kind of weird in all of this. I don't like. I can't wrap my finger around like if I want to protect a guy who, at least without until more information comes out, right? Like
It's opening very extreme negligence.
at worst, when I told somebody, they said, "Well, how do you think you?" I don't really think he knew what was going on, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, maybe. But then I thought about one of my favorite movies, A Few Good Men. Really great quotable movie. When he comes in, like, did you call the code red, Colonel Jessup? Colonel Jessup, you said nothing goes on without you knowing about it, blah, blah, blah. The penalty of leadership is that you are responsible for everything that goes on with or without your knowledge. And I'm certain you heard about this, but what makes it bad, though, Northwestern's not a Satanist. You know what the original suspension was? 2 weeks.
Two unimportant games.
Probably.
I'm so
2 weeks. Oh, what's up, Blake? Oh, appreciate it. Come on, racist. You're cutting the lights off, man, because I'm dark. Is it because I'm black? He is a lawyer. He could serve you. Real quick though, since you're here, you give a legal opinion. Come on. Flick the light on. They can see you, but they can't. I mean, I am getting darker. All right. So, you said that. Yeah. Um, Gay hazing. Is hazing really bad legally? Okay. Can you feign ignorance if you're like the leader? So probably not a good idea to fight it.
I would. Well, it's got to. I mean, it's got to fight it, but I hate being determined.
All right. So I don't know if y'all can hear him, but he said basically, well, no, his attorneys get paid regardless. But it's like he's in an uphill battle. And you can't do well. Wait a minute. I don't know if I can't say it that way because I got Blake here, so I can't. Blake, I make sure I word this properly. You can't unwillingly play naked games in a locker room and then say like this is part of the culture.
Here's the thing: everybody has this locker room culture idea, and if you've never been in a locker room, you don't understand. But there's some things that aren't locker room culture, and that's not locker room culture. I've been in the locker room for a while, and I've never seen that happen. So
I've never been humped before.
locker room culture that you could even put that off on, you know?
Did you? Oh, I thought you looked up. Please don't look up naked slingshot. I don't want to know what a naked slingshot is.
written on the whiteboard was the threat list. This included which players were to be tased, what actions should have been done. So for him to say he didn't see it, it's on a big board in the lobby, or I read earlier, some weeks. This was all covered by the student journalists on campus.
Gotcha. All right, cool. I appreciate that legal update there because I was just curious about all of this stuff because like maybe he had a case. I mean, because they suspended him for 2 weeks and then he agreed to the suspension and then they came back when everything hit the fan. But I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Um,
I don't know.
standpoint, I don't know if you guys care, but you can. I'm not a tort lawyer, so I hope I'm wrong, but I hope I'm right. But don't quote me if I'm wrong. Um, but you can go for negligence. And negligence, there's 4 elements. You have duty, breach, injury, and damages. So he's got a duty to protect his players and his athletes. He did not.
Clearly.
He breached it, obviously, by not protecting them. The damages, the injury is these kids were hazed, which I'm saying it's illegal. And then the damages, emotional damages, psychology. You have to go mental health. It's a huge thing now.
And they're gonna get sued.
So they're going to get sued. And all four of those, for there to be negligence, all four of those have to be present, and all four of those were broken. So that's why I said I'd hate to be his attorney. But I mean, he's getting paid. You're right, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And then when you really get judgmental, I'm gonna be judgmental for a second. Like when you look at that picture that they put of him, like it screams like when he was playing linebacker, like he was a douche.
Yeah.
Like he looks like the linebacker from like again, you're younger than me. Miles, you're not that much younger, but like when I was coming up, that's when the emergence in the 90s of the white movies. Like that's how I learned out about lacrosse and learned about like a lot of white society was through like American Pie and Blue. Yeah, like, he looks like one of those guys.
Remember the Titans. That's what it looks
like. Yeah, I can see. And now it makes sense why Jason Brown. If you guys don't know him, he's he was the former coach at Independence Community College. His claim to fame was he had a Netflix special where he was one of the top junior college head coaches. Oh God, that's the Blue Mountain State guy. Oh, I was gonna say, oh God, that's not him. Like I said, holy shit, that looks like a doppelganger. But Jason Brown, like what shocks me is Jason Brown, Danny Cannell, and all these guys. How quick? Like I would just, oh God, I wouldn't defend Trey this quick.
Yeah.
If somebody came out and said Trey was, I'd be like, all right, that's my son. I'm gonna love him. Hey man, what the fuck did you get us into, Trey? That's what I'm gonna pull him to the side. But Jason Brown's, like, I can't see that shit.
But this is something you learn in the process of it. No matter what you hear, no matter what story's recorded, you don't say anything about it until all the facts.
You just shut the fuck up.
Well, you don't give an opinion because your opinion may be way wrong, and then you got to retract it.
Right. Well, no, this motherfucker, Jason Brown's not gonna. This is the first statement. This is what trips me out. Locker rooms used to be the most intimate set. This is intimate. Dry humping's about as intimate as you can get. Unfortunately, what was said there stayed there. Now these pussies are so soft. No wonder I don't coach and why I have zero interest. No, you called a kid a new Hitler. That's why you don't coach. And this was in referring to the player screenshotting that. And then you really think, all right, man, maybe he's got a point. Okay, I don't know what happened at this point. Maybe, now when more information comes out, then he takes shots at the kid because the kid was like Carl Richardson, who nobody knows. And that's who allegedly said this. And he's like, I bet he was a baller too. Fucking joke. Coaches lose jobs because soft administrators won't do research to find out the truth and take these soft pussy sides. Yeah. The college transfer portal posted the kid on July 11th.
That defeats the whole purpose
of the whistleblower law. Like when you're supposed to be, but it's like, but what's wild is the wildest part in all of this, right? It's Pat Fitzgerald's statement, right? He didn't say that hazing didn't happen.
No. Yes. Yeah, that's correct.
He didn't. Nobody. I haven't seen it. Maybe I don't see everything on the internet, but I haven't seen a Northwestern player come out and say, hey, man, that's bullshit. We ain't dry humping people. Basically what Pat Fitzgerald said is that, hey, wait a minute. They suspended me for 2 weeks. We agreed to this. I wasn't notified that my termination was happening. But none of it, like, nah, man, we don't dry on people in our locker room. We're civilized. Nah, it's like, nah.
They were trying to let over the heat, I think.
Because it's fucking Northwestern.
So wait, here's
nobody wants to coach in Northwestern, man. You go to Northwestern to get a degree. That's what you go to Northwestern to get. You're a decent enough football player that you're willing to go get your ass whooped 7 to 8 times a year because you're going to win some games. And so every now and then you'll turn the corner. But you're going to leave with a degree that fucking means something. Like, but I don't think dry humping was part of it, though.
So if this happened, I don't know, let's say 15 years ago, do you think it blows over? Or do you think because of the way, the day and the age of internet, that there's a reason that it was pursued more?
I think the internet up more than what it is.
Yeah, I think it's
Because with internet you can like what would normally take weeks so when I played, the only way that this could get picked up is if ESPN thought it was a big enough story, so it would have been like a week later. But now I can just put something up, and if I get the right people to retweet it, it could catch fire
So
in a matter of
this Northwestern's one of the most prestigious J schools in all of the country, right?
mm-hmm,
Journalism school.
mm-hmm.
All of these people that are defending him now, would they have been able to gatekeep to keep it out of ESPN's hands? Do you think that would have happened?
No, I think somebody would have been able to get this, but it wouldn't have been as fast.
Yeah.
Because somebody would have already. And what also hurts, and even though 24-hour news cycles, you still have your dead spots. It's still slow. It's slow media day. So it's all we could talk about, all we needed to talk about on the weekend and moving in. And then what doesn't like it's kind of like if I'm in trouble for a murder case, I don't want OJ Simpson to give his opinion on my guilt or innocence. Yeah, it's cool. Thank you, OJ. I don't need you right now. Like now I need you to shut the fuck up. So we probably didn't need Jason Brown, a coach who got fired for what he said about people, and I don't need you doubling down, calling people pussies and soft. And he has a following of people who it's kind of like me and Blake talk a lot. We talked offline about I only see the gay shit when the people who are mad at the gay shit tweet the gay shit. So like Jason Brown tweets it. Now all of his people are mad, so they tweet it. So now the people who hate those people, they see it. So it's a bunch of people who know Northwestern football players are getting dry humped who didn't even know Northwestern had a football team now. And so now it's a big deal than what it is. And then you got Danny Cannell, who so when people think I only talk good about Florida State players, fuck Danny Cannell. Well, he was really good too. Finished top 5 in the Heisman. Well, he had really good wide receivers. And he played like 10 years in the league. Like it was actually not bad. Like I won't snitch on Kez, but like one of my mentors, it'd take him to tell some because he played for Kez was like I went from Charlie Ward to Danny Cannell. And he's like, it was completely different. He's like, Danny was getting me fucked. Well, Kez wouldn't say fucked up. Kez doesn't curse. I'm saying I'm emphasizing it. Danny got Kez fucked up. Charlie was like leading him into like great areas. But Danny plays a character, which I think Jason Brown, I don't think he's playing anymore. I think he's living the character because when you go look, he loves to tell people to go look at their resume. When you Wikipedia him, bitch, your college highlights in their Compton Community College or some shit like that. Like, bro, you don't get to talk about people's playing career. Yes, you might have coached some degenerates that ended up being good. You're in the land of misfit toys in JUCO. It's some cats in JUCO, but that don't make you great. But whatever. Danny Cannell, anything that's right or morally, no, I'm not going to say that. Anything morally ambiguous, Danny Cannell is going to take the side that you're like, I believe you're risking your career to take that side. And Danny Cannell is like, oh my God, this is a Pat Fitzgerald is a great human being. He's this. I'm like, it's probably not the time to say that. Like, you know, right now you got guys getting dry hump against their will. Like, I want to emphasize. I want to emphasize this. There was no consent. And the punishment was being dry hump because you messed up a play. But I'm gonna say this, and this is why I love the South. I love black people in the South. I love my white people in the South. That shit don't fly in the South. A lot of things that are being flown, the Iowa stuff, with a strength coach who Urban Meyer tried to hire, said borderline racist shit. Like really to the like it wasn't. He didn't step over the fence. But like he put his ass on it. Like like right there. It would not have happened in the state of Florida for a reason. There are Florida black dudes and Georgia black dudes are different when it comes to racism. We have fought. There have been things that happen. You try to dry hump me in a locker room, you're going to have to kill me.
Yeah.
Like, so funny story. So this is why I never pledged a frat. I don't know if I've ever told him, but I'm not going to say the frats. So I have tremendous respect for all um, um black Greek letter organizations. There was a frat. Oh man, hold on. Oh, okay. There was a black frat that I was hanging out with pretty heavy when I went to FSU. I was thinking about joining it. I had been around this my whole life. I wanted to get it, but I also knew that there were some things that happened in these frats that they try certain people. And I didn't want no parts of that. So when they came to the intake, we had these conversations. And I'm from a little neighborhood called Rockbrook in Tallahassee. And one thing we were known for in my era coming up was we could bump. And we didn't mind bumping. Matter of fact, that's what got me to play football. My coach said it's a legalized street fight and you don't get in trouble. And I had just got in trouble for being in a street fight. So I was like, cool, I'm going to take your words on it. We're going to bump. But at this point, I'm a completely different person. I'm trying to be an upstanding gentleman. And they were like, man, we're going to do this. And if y'all ain't on point, we may have to paddle you. We may have to do this. And I said, hey, listen, everybody in this room is a college student. We're all here to try to better our lives. But the minute one of y'all put your hands on me, I will flood this motherfucker with a bunch of non-college students, and we're going to see who really want to bump. I said, I will call my whole fucking hood in here, and we will beat the shit out of every one of y'all in here, and y'all would probably be going to the hospital. They might be going to jail, but they were already knew they were already on that path. If somebody would have tried that shit to me at Florida State Bobby Bowden would have been fired, not because of the hazing incident, because he wouldn't have had a football team to field. Everybody would have got their ass whooped that day. I'm talking about we would have been at bats, dorm, and it wouldn't have ended with one good ass whooping. It would have ended until, like, what is this, 6 pounds of flesh? What a pound? Like, we would have got our pound of flesh from everybody. Remember that movie I showed you with Matthew McConaughey when he told the dude, he's like, you're either going to freeze to death or you're going to give me however much money I lost in flesh. And I was like, that's what's going to happen. But like, apparently up north or Midwest, weird shit happens because, Miles, your school, it just seems like every week somebody's doing some gay shit up there. Like, I think at Penn State.
People will do drop.
What is it about the Big Ten? Now I want to go to the SEC. Now Florida State got to go to the SEC. I don't want to be in the Big Ten. Don't know what's going on up there. I do kind of know. Hurricanes, you're not trapped forever. But a blizzard, you are stuck in a place for a week, 2 weeks, whatever, man. It's tough, man. And your mind get to going. You lose power. It gets cold. You got to snuggle up to people. I don't know what the hell's going on up there, but, man, I'll tell you this much. That's just – maybe I'm wrong. But I know when we were good. It wasn't nobody getting dry humped. The only thing you had to worry about was running stadiums till you died. Like some heat, a little heat stroke. But coaches, like, if you're a coach like Jason Brown, stay the fuck away from me, man. That's why every time people are like, you should go on his podcast and talk about what? Every time, like, he did a solid for my boy Freddie Stevenson. He seems like there's times when he's good, but man, I'm gonna tell you, to be honest with you, now we can go to the next thing, Ross. What would have happened if James Coleman would have been on the hump train? All right, bro. Is Alvin Kamara. Like, Alvin Kamara, shout out to him, pleading no contest. and getting off on these nefarious charges for whooping the motherfuckers' ass. Sometimes motherfuckers need their asses whooped. And Alvin Kamara proceeded to whoop a motherfucker's ass. Like, don't talk. So again, what would have happened to Usher had Usher sang to my woman and palmed her ass. New Orleans Saints running back Alvin Kamara agrees to plead no contest to misdemeanor charge. He gets a misdemeanor charge. That's what I'm talking. That's a good ass attorney. Like that ain't no. Well, that's some violent. That's a violent ass. That's a felonious ass whooping for a misdemeanor. Charge of breach of peace for Las Vegas nightclub beating. He will have to do community service and pay $100,000 to the victim for medical bills. That's a. Now you got to ask: was it worth? I always ask people: was it worth it? Was that ass whooping worth it? He called. What does he say? He called his old lady ugly. See, women, this is you got to know this is what you want. This is protect black women.
Which one called?
Now, Alvin Kamara's girlfriend got called ugly, and now he's Willie Lump Lump.
Do y'all want this level of? This is what y'all asking us.
So I'm gonna tell you this. So bottom line is, when you date a football player, you must know this. It may be all athletes, but in particular football players, unless they go to Northwestern because they take it. But most football players, we run into people full speed with a smile on our face. Like we know we put on equipment knowing that we're going to have to hit somebody on the other side of this. We might be a little touched. The elevator don't go all the way up with some of us. And when you do things to put us in situations where our natural violent inclinations get like raised, this is what happens. So go to Usher, go to that R&B concert. I'm telling you, I'm shocked more things like this do not happen. And you're competitive. You might even know, man. I know my girl ain't. Even if your girl is ugly, you smashing. Why do you care? But or it's one of those things where I could call my bitch ugly, but you can't call her ugly. I know she ugly. But I can't even say she only got a couple teeth because this is one chick on IG. All her fronts are gone, and she fine as wine. She got but she like it's like she'll keep them out, but then she'll smile and it's just nothing but it's the first teeth you see are her sharp teeth, and you just be like, God, dog, woo. No ugly ass bitch. Whoop, 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 whoop. Do you look like that? Ooh, Jesus. I wish you could take that back. Damn, we already almost into this. All right. So, Florida fans are in an uproar right now. They're in one of these things now where they're feeling like the world is picking on them. And that's because they're doing really well in recruiting. But apparently a lot of their players got dropped in rankings with one publication. There's like five publications to get rankings. And like one publication on 3 really says something, but I wanted to put that one, but I think we've seen enough. Actually, no, and I go put that. That's what we need legislation for. No, you're right, Miles. Bump Florida for a second, because I'm gonna go ahead and because this is Northwestern took a lot of my time. I didn't realize that, but I saw something where we have legislation to stop transgenders from like raping kids in bathrooms and stuff. I haven't seen any of that locally or anything, but what I have seen a lot of is this. For some reason, a lot of heterosexual males or quote unquote heterosexual males that are coaches, like like Jason Brown. Not saying Jason Brown has done this, but his mentality leads me to believe that we should check his phone. Like, this is happening more often than not. You have this case where a former team doctor molested a bunch of people. The people who keep molesting the people are the people who look like the people arguing for everybody else to not get opportunities. It seems like you're trying to hog all of the opportunities. But apparently, a soccer coach is now in hot water because he left his. That's the sad part. There's videos of rapes of 10 unconscious boys found on his cell phone, on the Tennessee soccer coach's cell phone, because he left it behind at the restaurant. The only reason they found these videos was because they unlocked his phone to try to figure out who the phone belonged to. Had this coach not left his phone, this man would have still been able to go around and do these things. The cool thing is about the guy that I was just talking about, he got poked up too. Not this guy, but the doctor, they got him in gym pod. He got poked. Like, if somebody put because sometimes serious things shouldn't be funny, but this was a great, well placed video. Remember the Mad Real World on the Dave Chappelle show? And they had Charlie Murphy. They tossed him the poke, and then he stabbed the dad up. And so, like, but he's unfortunately he didn't. There were non-fatal injuries, but he got poked up real good. But like, can we get laws like real? Not even can we have laws? Can we just get more enforcement of this? Because between the church, like, what can I put my son? Because I'm gonna be like the dad that went, like, every year it goes viral. Like, they show it's like happened in the 80s or something. This dad found out that his son had been molested by this guy, and he only got like 5 years. And they flew him. It's back when the airports were great, where they had very little security. My man was at the payphones, the dad just waiting. When the guy got flown back, came in with the gun, shot him right in the head. And they're like, why? You know why. That's what they said. And it's like, to me, this is like, I know that they're doing this. I know this happens. I have the conversations with my son. But like, you want me to be afraid of some imaginary thing that I don't have to be around, when there's a real threat right here that you could really attack, but you refuse to attack it. Like, you can't stop this from happening. What makes you think you can prevent it? Like, it's just random fear. I don't know, man. But we'll get into some other shit with Florida and everything else going on, because I think we're at they were 53. But this is kind of cool right here. Criminal, a little bit, lot lighter. Imagine being like famous, like, poking somebody up. Did you heard about the Miami Hurricanes? Had a fan that's like, I think he's getting 15 years in prison because he killed his neighbor. He was like a big tailgate figure, all this stuff. He killed him with a switchblade over stray cats or something like that. It was a wild argument. He poked the guy up, tried to give him CPR and all these different things, and him and his neighbor had been going back and forth for weeks. But fans are just wild. This fan right here takes the cake. The FBI has arrested Xavier or Javier Badabar, also known as Chief Sahalik, on charges of bank theft and transporting stolen property across state lines. He will appear in court this afternoon. This came out the other day. He's called a super fan. He fleed prosecutors. He's an Overland Park man, which is in Kansas City, Missouri, a suburb. He's been a fugitive from justice for 4 months, basically since football season's over. He's 28 years old. He was charged of 1 count of bank theft and 1 count of transporting stolen property across state lines, and a criminal complaint filed. I'm trying to read the stuff that he stole $70,000 from the Great Western Bank in Iowa and went to Missouri He entered the bank in a ski mask and handed the teller a note demanding money, indicating he had a firearm. She handed him $70,000. Law enforcement later found about $1,500 in $20 bills in the nearby woods, along with the glove worn by the bank robber. In the next 6 weeks, he deposited the same amount of money that was stolen from the Western Bank into his money market savings account. Not very smart. And just continued to go to fucking games. Like the fan, he wanted the ultimate fan experience. I wonder how much time can you get for that? Hold on. He purchased and redeemed more than 1 million in chips from various casinos. Oh wow, he's done more. He's laundered the robbery proceeds to area casinos and banks. He's got 1 million in chips from various casinos in Missouri, Kansas, Illinois between April and December of last year. This man, he was arrested on the 16th, released on bond in February, and took his ankle monitor off in March. I guess it's one of those things where if you know you're guilty and you're gonna be locked up for a long time, like just go live your life. But fans are wild, man. That's one of the spaces that I've learned. It could be a great experience to be around him, but the more and more I'm learning, it's not just fans, it's people in general. But it just so happens that you learn a lot when you're with fans. People are weird. But I want people to realize this. This is one thing. This is why I'm starting to become like more of a guy who wants to fly places and stay in nice resort and not leave. Because I'm around people a lot. But a lot of people, my friend Jen, she said me this. I went to school with her husband, Chet, at Florida High. Everybody who knows me knows that I have propensity and I have a very fond love of white entertainment television, aka Hallmark. In particular, I love Hallmark Christmas movies. And I used to like cruise ships until I realized, so I love Hallmark. I absolutely am terrified of the ocean now. Hallmark Channel announces their first ever Christmas cruise with holiday movie stars on board. And People Magazine released this on their IG. I got tagged in it. And, you can see this, what I love in Hallmark movies, in what I'm absolutely terrified of. I can only see this happening, Miles. And if you click on the link right above that, the other video, like, I'm not getting in that fucking water. Every day, like they're talking about, you got to test the water. So there's videos where the water looks still, right? And then they slap it with a fishing pole. And then all of a sudden the shark comes up out of the bitch. But like you click on the link right above that, right above this shit. And look at what comes out of this fucking water. I can only imagine. I'm watching my favorite, Christmas in Des Moines or some shit like that. Where the star football, the girl leaves the small city for big city life, and she comes back and she's romanced by her high school sweetheart, and she leaves the man that she was engaged to that promised her better visions, and I'm loving it. And then all of a sudden, I got to go out there and I look onto the water and I see this shit. If it was just that would be it. It's fucking terrifying. Whatever that is. Like what it looks like is death. And I don't want no parts of that. Like if it's a jellyfish, I was just a jellyfish. I'm gonna be wrapped up in those tentacles and I'm shocked to death. I'm dead. I'm jellyfish food. I don't know, man. Y'all can have it, man. That's where the aliens are. I promise you, man. But anyway, appreciate y'all with that. We have I don't know. I probably end up trying to do something tomorrow. I know we have sporadic, but there's some breaking news going on in the NIL front. Shout out to Battles In. for continuing to push the trend further and to bring Florida State into a bigger market when it comes to all this. Please consider giving money to the book bag drive. I'm kind of running out of steam. I know we're going to get to our eventual push, but the book bags we're probably, I think we're like 2,500 book bags that we still got to raise. $36 a bag. Orlando's coming up here next Saturday. Please go to jamescolemangivesback.com so that you can register for that. Tallahassee the weekend after that, Duval the weekend after that. Appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. See you guys next time.